Okay, here's a video of a PC 2.0 in a saber. I did one earlier with a bench testing the PC 2.0, and this one is actually in a saber. This is a saber that was commissioned from a customer on FX Sabers, and it's got two 14 650s right here, and the board's on top of them. To get access to the SD card, the board is mounted backwards, so you take the blade holder and the LED out and you have access to it. There just wasn't room with the recharge port and rise port here, and the anti-vinyl switches there, plus the PLI right there. There just wasn't room to have it back here, so put the board and batteries here. The 14 650s are minimum that I like to use for the high voltage or high current LEDs, especially when you're running flash on clash. It is a LED engine, 10 watt RGBW. The G and the B are together in parallel with 1 amp going to each, since the PC2 now offers 2 amp output. And the white is the flash on clash dice. The PLI here is just the standard PLI that they sell at TCSS. One note on it: of course, the battery pack is a 7.4 lithium ion, but fully charged 7.4 lithium ion is actually around 8.2 volts. So you need to use the 8.4 resistor that came with it. Unfortunately, when you do that, this last LED will not light up. So I measured the resistance of the 8.4 resistor, and it was 240k ohms. I went with the next size down that I found, which was a 220k ohm, and it allows all of the LEDs to fully light when it's fully charged, and it did not blow it up, so that was the main thing. None of the magic smoke came out of it, so we're good there. Not sure how accurate it is, because I haven't run the saber down completely to see how it does, you know, how many LEDs are lit at the bottom when the battery is close to dying. So, but at least when it's fully charged, they will all light up, and it does drop down as you're using it. So I think it's probably pretty close. I'm hoping so anyway. And that's a like I said, a 220k ohm resistor that worked on that. Let's go ahead and fire it up. Now, I have done a few videos with this already, so as soon as I ignite it, one of the LEDs is going to go out just from the draw. When it's fully charged, it will not do that for the first, I don't know, few times, minute maybe, and then it will drop, you know, a bar or one LED. The power on switch is connected to the 3.3 pad. This is connected to accidentally 1 pad, and there's a LED in the pommel. It is connected to the accent LED 2 pad. It has a rise port here and a recharge port there. Also, just a note on the rise port, we found that when you recharge the battery, the rise negative lead is grounding against the body on some of the some of the rise ports. If you connect the negative of the rise port to the negative of the board rise pad, it can power the saber. because it will make contact with ground. So to get by that, I recommend taking the negative of the recharge port and putting it on the battery side of the recharge port. That way, when you plug it in, it disconnects it from the, it keeps the ground of the rice port from finding its way back to the board. On the board itself, only hook up TX and RX. It will get the ground from the main ground because they're all connected on the board physically, so no need for that, and that takes care of the of that problem. So anyway, that was just a note. I probably should have just wrote that out instead of mentioning in the video, but while I was at it, I figured I'd do it anyway. So let's go ahead and fire it up. As you can see, like I said, it dropped. See, the sensitivity of the 2.0 is just is amazing. It works very well. And oh, it's dropped another one. As you can see, the four different blaster blocks on the PC 2.0, whereas the PC1.X only had one. Also, it has a force sound, if I can get it to work.
You'll find I'm full of surprises. You'll find I'm full of surprises.
And the volume and the clarity are just much improved. So the blade here. So there is my test of the PC 2.0 in a actual saber instead of just the bench test. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. Any comments, let me know. Thanks.